Today, I want to talk about a newer manga series that, if animated, has the potential to become the next big thing. We're talking on the level of My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer. It's a series with amazing art, excellent character writing, and, of course, lots of action. If you know anything about manga, you probably know what I'm gonna say next. Of course, I'm talking about It's Spy Family. I'm talking about Spy Family. Yep. Not sure who I'm trying to fool here. You clicked on the video and saw the title. Spy Family might not be the next multi-million-dollar anime and manga franchise to invade your local movie theater or FYE, but I do think this series is pretty great, and if adapted correctly, it could become a big anime hit. Spy Family, or Spy X Family if you're unfamiliar with this whole weird Japanese titling thing, is a newer manga series under the Shonen Jump umbrella. The series started a few years ago and is actually published digitally through Shonen Jump Plus instead of the magazine proper. Why this is, I'm not really sure, but if I had to guess, I would say it's because the manga releases 2 chapters a month instead of the usual 4. While waiting 2 weeks instead of 1 for new chapters can be painful, the quality of art creator, writer, and artist Tatsuya Endo brings to the series is worth the wait. But, how successful is Spy Family? I don't know. I like it. That's one fan.
Everyone has a secret self they don't show to other people. Not to friends, not to lovers, not even to family. They hide who they are and what they want behind lies and painted smiles. And thus the world maintains its thin veneer of peace.
The basic elevator pitch for the series is this. A super spy who goes by Twilight is trying to investigate and possibly kill a politician who is probably trying to ignite a war between 2 countries in a Cold War scenario during a period of tense peace. But there's a catch. The politician barely ever appears in public. In fact, the only time he's really ever seen is at events for his son's prestigious boarding school. Twilight may be a master of disguise, but even he can't impersonate a kid. So, he hatches a plan to get close to the politician and stop war from breaking out by creating a new alias, Lloyd. As Lloyd, Twilight adopts an orphan named Anya and enters a sham marriage of convenience with an office worker named Yor. But what Twilight doesn't know is the woman he just married is actually the Thorn Princess, a deadly assassin who also got married to create a cover and improve her own secret identity. And the girl he adopted? Well, she's secretly a telepath who can read minds. If you were worried about spoilers, know that everything I have just laid out happens in the first 2 chapters. What follows is an ongoing story that is always hilarious, often tense, and occasionally really wholesome, as Twilight adjusts to and begins to form real relationships with his new fake family. What makes the comedy in Spy Family really shine is how the author uses the information his characters do and do not know to create very entertaining situations. Consider for a moment the main 3 characters, and what they know. Twilight knows he's a spy, obviously, and he also knows what's at stake if the operation fails. Yor doesn't know anything about the mission, or that her new husband is a spy. She also thinks Anya is Lloyd's real daughter. But she does know that her and Twilight's fake marriage needs to appear real, so she can still continue operating as an assassin without raising suspicions and getting arrested by the paranoid government they are all living under. Because Anya can read minds, she actually knows everything the reader knows, but because she is a child, she usually doesn't know what to do with this information. With this premise, Tetsuya Endo's strengths as a writer shine. Endo uses this great setup to consistently place Twilight, Yor, and Anya into hilariously complicated and often extreme situations, as each cast member struggles to keep their own identities secret while often under deadly stakes. It gets really silly. Anya trying to pass a school test is treated with the same level of importance as stopping a war, because in a way, she is. And unfortunately, she knows it. A dinner date between Twilight and Yor is made more complicated because Yor is hiding a gunshot wound, and their waiter is trying to poison her. Who knew the lives of trained killers could be so amusing? Oh, and the art is fantastic. Just because Spy Family is a comedy doesn't mean Endo can't bring his talents as an illustrator into the project. The art feels like a real step forward from Endo's previous works, and not just during action scenes, but also comedic ones. Endo places great emphasis on his characters' facial expressions. This is sometimes to highlight Twilight or Yor suddenly switching into deadly professional mode, but usually the expressions are played for laughs, as each cast member panics about whatever crazy situation they find themselves in. My favorite so far is this one of Anya, who is trying to appear calm and collected, and just failing miserably at it. Yeah, that's not a face I would trust. These three and the extended cast get up to a lot of really silly stuff, and seeing their adventures animated might be really cool. Emphasis on might. A hilarious manga backed by great art doesn't always translate to a great anime adaptation. At their best, anime adaptations enhance their source material by adding great voice acting, music, and, well, the movement part. Spy Family is a great read, and I really hope it becomes a great watch someday too. This series has overwhelming potential, and I really just want it to succeed so more people can read it. Until then, I recommend giving the manga a shot. The 3 most recent chapters are free through Viz Media's website, at least in the United States. Thanks as always for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Tracking Shots is really starting to grow, and I have many nerdy subjects I want to talk about soon. Until then, take care.